The guy who doesn't touch grass doesn't have a life. It's your boy Wi-Fi is my wife. Today I'm bringing back a ERB Epic Rap Battles of History. Um, Back to the channel finally. Today I'm bringing Abraham Lincoln versus Chuck Norris. Uh, Another one of these OG rap battles. We're gonna be going in order. Um, yeah, I mean, whew, it's been what 13 years or something since the OG ones dropped. Oh man, it's gonna be different. I'm gonna try to judge this based on the time it was released, because I feel like it'll just be not fair if we're including things that has happened in the future and stuff, where some of these bars will age horribly or excellent. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll include them. It depends on the angle that they come in or something like that. But I'll try to break down all these bars. Um, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This one is 2 minutes and 7 seconds long. We're just gonna get into it now, and we'll see who wins at the end. So, all right, let's get to this now. Abraham Lincoln versus Chuck Norris. By the way, the audio can still be a bit wonky, so um, I'll try to figure it out during the editing process. But all right, let's get at that out the way. So, okay, Abraham Lincoln, Chuck Norris, Epic Rap Battles of History. Ready, set, go.
Abe Lincoln versus
Okay.
Chuck Four score and 65 years in the past, I won the Civil War with my beard. Now I'm here to whoop your ass. I've read up.
Okay, okay. Right off the bat, four score, 65 years in the past. That is referring to that one speech during the Civil War times. It was the Gettysburg Address speech, which I believe was one of Lincoln's most famous speeches at the time, which was talking about like the memorial of the fallen soldiers, who was able to help out with the turning point of the Civil War, and then it was taking place in Gettysburg. And then the whole four score 7 years ago, it's referring to how I think it was mainly Lincoln that used the term the four score, which is like a score is 20 years. So in this case, four score is 80 years, and he also used 7 years ago, which speaks for itself. Um, and I believe the Civil War happened in the 1800s, 18 around like the 1860s or something. Um, but yeah, all right. And then the whole beard. I won the Civil War with my beard. Actually, the whole beard thing that Abraham Lincoln had, like he was first like clean here. I need to show you too, but he was clean here, and then the Civil War was happening during 1860s for a couple of years, which Lincoln was the leader at the time, and they were able to win the Civil War. But Lincoln believed that thanks to his beard, which was actually given as advice from a little girl, she wrote to him about that he should grow out a beard, and Lincoln followed her advice, and next thing you know, Lincoln was dominating, dominating, and he kept the beard all the way up to his assassination. And he believed that if it wasn't for I think she was 11 at the time, thanks to the 11-year-old girl, he would think that none of this would have happened if it wasn't for the beard that she advised to have him grow out. So it was pretty interesting, pretty wholesome. Um, yeah. So all right, let's continue. Ready, set, go. I read up all your facts. Okay.
On your back, you cure cancer with your tears. Well, tell me, Chuck, how come you never sat down and cried on your career? You're a lost.
Well, okay, well, the thing is, it's okay. So I read up all your facts, which refers to the Chuck Norris facts, which is memes and stuff, which has Chuck Norris in like being has like okay, Chuck Norris has feats that that he is capable of as memes. For example, the KSI Randolph Heskey time, where they say out in the beginning, Emil Heskey, the Chuck Norris of football, something like that. It's like where they describe people as Chuck Norris of certain something because Chuck Norris is just him, pretty much. um, and then the punchline where him crying, curing cancer and stuff, which refers to Norris's failure to revive his, as people would say, cancerous career, um, which was declined after the 90s. But I think it was a nice blow to Chuck. I think it was a nice blow to Chuck. So all right, so there, Abraham Lincoln is starting to punch up. All right, let's continue. Ready, set, go.
Stuff has been on TV selling total gems, and you're gonna lose this battle like you lost Return of the Dragon. I'll rip your chest.
Okay, I think there's gonna be a lot of bars to break down, but yeah, you're a washed up has been on TV selling total gems. That's the fact that Norris wasn't on TV much anymore, or in movies anymore, I should say. So you see him more on TV commercials for Total Gyms. So that's what he's referring to. And then you're gonna lose this battle like you lost Return of the Dragon. That's when I think it was in the movie The Return of the Dragon where Bruce Lee fought against Chuck Norris, and Norris lost that battle. Um, and Bruce Lee also has an ERB against, I believe it was Clint Eastwood, but um, yeah, basically it's just saying that Chuck Norris, you messed up, man, which just probably led to TV commercials and stuff. But that I think that's just me. But okay, let's continue. Ready, set, go.
Out. Put him in my mouth. I squash you like I squash us out. I never told a lie, and I won't start now. You're a horse with a limp.
What?
I'll put you down. This isn't getting.
Okay, so that's Lincoln's whole verse. Wait. Let me rewind.
Dragon. I'll rip your chest hairs out. Put him in my mouth. I squash you like I squash us out. I never told a lie, and I won't start now. You're a horse with a limp. I'll put you down. This isn't.
The hair, the pulling up the hairs that Edie did is where it threw me off. But I think it's also referring to the movie where Bruce Lee ripped out Chuck Norris's hairs, chest hairs, but Bruce Lee didn't do that. But Abe Lincoln is referring to saying he's just basically saying that I'm just a bigger guy. I'm just a bigger guy. I can handle Chuck Norris easily. And saying that I'm just that tough that I'm able to swallow the hair because it's hard to digest, and I can do that. Basically, is what he's saying. Which is a bit weird, but I mean, it did happen in the movie. Not the eating part, but where Bruce Lee ripped out the hairs, and then I'll squash you like I squashed the South, which is referring to the Union and defeating the enemies. I forgot the name though. I think it was like what was the name? Hold on, let me research. Let me research real quick. The Confederacy. There we go. The Confederacy was the South, and the Union, which is Lincoln's team, was the North during the Civil War. So that's what we're referring to. Yeah, and then I never told a lie. I won't start now, which he was known as the honest Abe. I remember that nickname during history class, and yeah, basically Lincoln was one of the most honest people in the whole world at the time. Um, and it won't start now. He's not going to start lying to him. And then you're a horse with a limp. I'll put you down. Um, which is referring to the horse racing and stuff. Um, but the sad thing is, if you don't know anything about horse racing, is if a horse gets injured, they are put down because it's too expensive to help them out with their treatment. Um, which is sad because it's like they can't recover properly. Um, this is something my sister told me because she's the animal person. I remember saying that, and it's like I remember that because it just broke my heart that they had to put down horses. So they're basically used in the horse race. Like the horses pretty much don't are their face are sealed, man. Their fates have been sealed. Yeah, but okay. So that was Abe's verse. 40 seconds in. That was a lot to break down, but we'll see what happens with Chuck Norris. So here we go, Norris. The first round was pretty beatable, um, but it's going to be a bit tough for Norris, but we'll see what happens. I mean, he has a lot to say about Abraham Lincoln, so we'll see how it goes. So here we go. All right, ready, set, go.
Gettysburg, punk, I'd suggest retreating, for I invented rap music when my heart started beating.
So this isn't Gettysburg, which is referring to the Civil War, and suggesting retreating, retreat from this war because this ain't Gettysburg. Um, yeah. So basically, just tell, hey, Lincoln, don't mess with me. I ain't no Gettysburg. I ain't the South. Don't try me. And then for I invented rap music when my heart started beating, and then I think it was just more like memes or something. Because I don't think he ever rapped. I think it was just more of a meme thing, but all right.
Force doesn't battle, he just allows you to lose. My raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes. I've got my
Okay, wait, that was it? That was it? My raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes spoof. Um, so yeah, my raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes Booth, because John was the one who assassinated Abraham Lincoln, who was an op during the Civil War, because John was a Confederate spy, and he managed to get to Lincoln and put one in his head, blowing his brains out. And basically, Norris saying here is, "I'll blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes Booth," which is pretty messed up. But yeah, but that was it. That was pretty short. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're back to Lincoln. So by default, Lincoln wins first round, but we'll see what happens. All right, ready, set, go.
face on the side of a mountain. You voted for John McCain. I've got a bucket full of my head, and I'm about to make it rain. You block bullet.
Okay. That's how you're moving, yeah. But yeah, I got my face on the side of a mountain, which is Mount Rushmore. We see him there, and then you voted for John McCain, who lost, and referring to, if Chuck Norris is so great, why did he chose the losing side, basically. And then I got a bucket full of head, full of my head, and about to make it rain, which is referring to the pennies that he just dropped on Norris here, with the whole 1 cent thing, and because it's 1 cent, and basically in the store, you don't expect anyone to go ahead take out their wallet and pay in just pennies or something like that, right? Let's just say your total average your price is like $6.50. You're not pulling out $6.50 worth of pennies, which is like what, 650 pennies. You're not doing that. And in this case here, Lincoln can just go ahead and dump all his pennies on Norris, because that's how much that you can literally dump is like literally any price. That's a lot of pennies. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you could just make it rain. He could literally make it rain right there. So that's pretty funny.
With your beard, I catch up with my skull. I make fun of Walker, Texas Ranger, but I've never even seen that show.
Hold on. Okay, so you block bullets with your beard. I catch them with my skull. Okay. Um, I think it's one of those memes as well. And because there was one meme about him blocking Oswald's. I forgot his full name, like Harvey Lee Oswald or something. I forgot his name. I honestly forgot his name, but the guy who assassinated John F. Kennedy. He's basically saying that Chuck Norris. Basically, the meme says Chuck Norris's beard is like contained of hard material, hard substance, where it just deflects all bullets, and he stepped in to deflect all of Lee Oswald's bullets away from John F. Kennedy, and his head was exploded only because of the sheer amazement that Norris can do such a thing. I thought it was pretty funny, but I mean, not the whole assassination thing, but yeah. And then I made fun of Walker, Texas Ranger, but I've never seen that show. I think Walker is referring to because yeah, Texas Ranger. I haven't watched. Let me do research on that real quick because I've heard about it, but so yeah, Abe is referring to Texas Ranger, and it was pretty okay. Yeah, so he's never seen it because he's making a fun of it being like a bad. Like a bad. Well, wait, is Texas Ranger? I need to put it on my phone for this one. It's a series. It's a television series. So basically, he's saying that it's either like a bad TV series, or because it just came out after Lincoln died. So yeah, all right. So it looks like it's Chuck Norris's turn. Chuck Norris. Why can't I say his name? Chuck Norris's turn. Lincoln did deliver on the second round, but Norris can still make a comeback here, despite what happened in the first. But we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. So he got 1 minute to do this. We'll see. Ready, set, go.
I'm fucking Norris! I've spread more blood and gore than 40 score of your puny civil wars, bitch!
Okay. All right, he's starting to build up. But I think you got to start punching, Norris. You're on a rope here, but hey, you can still make a comeback. But I see where you're going with this. You're building up. Spread. Chuck freaking Norris. I mean, he has a middle name, but I think it's just like a little funny pokey with the producers of ERB just messing up his or just making fun of his middle name or something. But yeah, he spread more blood and gore which is a trademark of Norris, I believe. And yeah, and then back when he was doing movies, whoever he killed is basically obliteration for them. Like it's not just a nice clean kill like a pop or like a or like a. It's more like a or like spikes or like a literal annihilation right there. Yeah, his enemy never stood a chance. Probably even if their enemy is immortal or something. But yeah, more than the 40 score, which is like of course like the decades and stuff of civil wars and other stuff. But yeah, okay, all right, let's go.
I split the union with a roundhouse kick. I wear a black belt on the beard that I grow on my dick.
Okay, well, Chuck Norris saying that he could that he could do what the Union can't is just to succeed without any casualties and just with one punch, like a one punch man or something. But also just saying more things about saying Norris doing the impossible and the whole the black belt on the beard that grew on my dick. I guess just saying he has more balls or something that it even has its own bush he plays. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that one.
Attack sharks when I smell them bleed. I don't go swimming. Water just wants to be around me. My
Okay.
fists make the speed of light.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewind that real quick. But yeah, I attack sharks when I smell them bleed. And then I don't go swimming. Water just wants to be around me. It's just more stuff on like what Chuck Norris can do.
My fists make the speed of light. Wish that it was faster. You may have freed the slaves, but Chuck is everyone's master. Who won? Who's next? You decide. Up, 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 balls off of the head.
The quality between these two thumbnails is crazy. But yeah, Nice Peter played as Abe Lincoln, and then Epic Lloyd played as Norris. So, oh my goodness. Okay, that one was pretty interesting. Though I think Abe Lincoln won that one. Norris was just spitting out facts about what he can do, but the blood and gore could go either way. But I think it's one of the more things that he hit Lincoln with. And then that was pretty much it. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln literally took that by a mile. But like I was expecting more, but again, this one was one of the more older ERBs. So, yeah, not a lot of future stuff to go off of too. So like it was more easier to judge on the stuff. But yeah, I think Lincoln won that one hands down. But Norris was pretty funny. It was pretty funny here. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this ERB? I'll see if I can record another one later. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna get this video out for you guys to watch. Let me know what you guys think of this. And the next one we'll be looking at is actually I can check right now actually because I have the playlist pulled up. Yeah, there we go. Sarah Paulin, however you say her last name. Sarah versus Lady Gaga will be the next one. So, yeah. So, I'm not subscribed to Nice Peter. Well, I'm subscribed to him now. Though I need to keep my notifications off because then YouTube spams me. All right. But yeah, until the next ERB, which will be all on Nice Peter's channel, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. And as always, make sure your Wi-Fi is good to you because it hasn't been nice to me for a while. So that's why there's no GTA 5 live streams right now. But hopefully I can get that up. Maybe later, but we'll see. So until then, happy Mother's Day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.